Good afternoon, Earth. This is Adam Sturch broadcasting from the Mushroom Mansion, Taos, New Mexico, working on oil painting electric eel. Alright, I got the magenta tone set in for the general features of the figures, and now I'm going to work on them with a bright light pink, magenta based as well, just much lighter. And then we'll go back and maybe do a round of shapes with that color too. But I might just work on the figures for the moment. It's been kind of a hectic day. The driveway was a bit snowed in, kind of taking my life in my hands to go get a gallon of milk today. So, kind of coming down from that still. And I took two days off just to clean the place up and work on editing. My Noam Chomsky file is getting, well, not really days off. I spent them editing Noam Chomsky files, so I'll take a Sunday someday. But they were mellow days I took away from painting, and just to refresh and get back at it today. So this may be a shorter session, and I might just sit on my ass and play some Mass Effect for the end of the day and get back at it full throttle tomorrow. So anyway, here we go with some light pink on the figures. Hope everyone's vortex wasn't too painful. Let's start from the top on the side.
It's been a long and lonely trip, but I'm glad I took it, because it was well worth it. Got to read a couple books and do some research before I reached my verdict. Never thought that I was perfect. Always thought that I had a purpose. And I used to wonder if I'd live to see my first kiss. The most difficult thing that I did was recite my own words at a service, realizing the person I was addressing probably wasn't looking down from heaven, or cooking up something in Hell's Kitchen, trying to listen in or eavesdrop from some other dimension, and self-serving, just like this is. Conveniently religious, on Easter Sunday and on Christmas, the television went from being a babysitter to a mistress. Technology made it easy for us to stay in touch while keeping a distance, so we just stay distant and never touch. Now all we do is text too much. I don't remember much from my youth, maybe my memory is repressed, or I just spent too much time wondering if I lived to have sex. I fell in love for the first time in 4th grade, but I didn't have the courage to talk to her. In 8th grade, I wrote the note and slipped it in somebody else's locker. Considered killing myself because of that. It was a big deal. It was a blown cover. It was over for me. My goose was cooked. Stick a fork in me. The jig is up. Through my chances. The rest is history. Our future was torn asunder. It became abundantly clear I was only brought here to suffer. At least I didn't include my name. Thankfully, I wrote the whole note in code, and it had 10 layers of Scotch tape safety seal, making it impossible to open. Plus, it was set to self-destruct. Whoever read it probably died laughing. I wonder if they lived long enough to realize what happened. A year later, I came to understand that wasn't love that I was feeling for her. I had someone else to obsess over. I was older. I was very mature. I forged my time signature while practicing my parents' autograph because I was failing math. Disconnected the phone when I thought the teacher would call my home. Checked the mailbox twice a day. The end of a long dirt road. Seemed to open a couple envelopes like I was in private detective mode. If you snoop around long enough for something in particular, you're guaranteed to find it. For better or worse, that's how I learned. It's best to just keep some things private. It was the best of times. It was the end of times. It was the best of times. It was the end of times. It was the best of times. It was the end of times. Best of times, the end of times. I was always on deck, I was next in line. An only child with a pen and pad, writing a list of things I could never have. Walls in my house were paper thin, every squabble seemed to get deafening. My memory served me correctly and made it a point to avoid and forget some things. Proudly to keep from being embarrassed, never meant to upset or give grief to my parents. Kept my secrets, hid my talents in my head, never under the mattress. Barricade couldn't break me, never learned a word that would ensure safety. Someone spoke softly, then I tiptoed off, and the door to my room was like a big old coffin. The way that it creaked when I closed it shut, anxieties peaked when it opened up. As if everything that I was thinking would be exposed, I still sleep fully clothed. It was the best of times. It was beautiful, it was brutal, it was cruel, it was business as usual, heaven, it was hell. Used to wonder if I lived to see 12. When I did, I figured that I was immortal. Loved to dance, but couldn't make it to the formal. Couldn't bear watching my imaginary girlfriend bust a move with any other dudes. Told love was talking about a wild thing, but I was still caught up in some child things. Scared of a god who couldn't spare the rod. It was clearly a brimstone and fire thing. Pyromaniac, kleptomaniac, couldn't explain my desire to steal that fire. Now I add it to my rider, like please don't throw me in that patch of prior. It was the best of times. It was the end of times. The school counselor was clueless, cause I never skipped classes. Perfect attendance, imperfect accent, speech impediment that can never really fix. And I think bad eyesight, so I can wear glasses. Considered doing something that would cripple me. Wanted a wheelchair, wanted a sympathy, wanted straight teeth, so then came braces. 4 years of headgear helped me change faces. It was the best of times. It was the end of times. Now I wonder if I live to see marriage. Wonder if I live long enough to have kids. Wonder if I live to see my kids have kids. If I do, I'ma tell them how it is. But don't listen when they tell you that these are your best years. Don't let anyone protect your ears. It's best that you hear what they don't want you to hear. Better to have pressure from peers than not have fears. Rare won't give you chest hair. Spicy food will make it curl. When you think you got it all figured out and then everything collapses, trust me, kid, it's not the end of the world.
Yes, it is. Which case you're fucked. Let's do it. Alright, cool. Now, let's do the one that hurt. Brush. Alright, let's get that.
Dragging a lake, dragging a kettlebell, nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever just makes so much dismantle. Nothing ever gets done. Never people in place. Every never is now. Every never is now. Find a base, hold your space like I just work. Never fill in the blanks. Let them hang in the ranks. Let them crowd up. Never cut to the chase. And skip to the bullets and blades. Watching get loud. Take a title request. Every never is now. Every never is now. Fill the space. Let it out. Okay, true with the trap, just a hobby of fact, an option to counter the doubt. I'm so cozy without, while some gather was haunted and shoving their mouth. See the trouble is humble, is over, with modesty suffers it out. Honesty tougher than tissue is now, leather is gone with the horse and the plow. Never better when better won't do, bet on that, they gon' pedal the cure. Colder than how much to who, words of do that I'm selling to you. You nothing's better than aiming at nothing and hitting your mark. Everyone's famous, now we can just sit in the dark. Wait. Dragging a leg, dragging a kettlebell, nothing ever gets done. So quick with the text, so quick with the show and tell. Everybody is number one, never nothing for you, Every never is now. Take to a call, when you need a few more, you can beat it. They don't sleep, they don't need it. Killing the shakes, keeping the strings hung, nothing ever gets done. So carry the weight, now carry the burden. Nothing ever gets done, never knowing for you, Every never is now, never is now. Every never is now, every never is now, never is now. Dragging the leg, keeping the cool clothes, nothing ever gets done. Skipping the chains, keeping the fools gold. Everybody's so shiny and new. Look at you, you got so much to show for the work you put in. Look at you stay helping yourself. The love of the bread, that's how they get you.
I'll be the gets me down. I'll be the
Look so raw, so wrong, so vigorous. Twist that, beat that, venom, yeah, Every never is now, never is now, never is now. Don't sweat nothing, don't mention it. Don't wait, everything will fall, it is a waste of time. Never is now, never is now, never is now, never is now, never is now.
Oh wow. Fuck that. Okay. Well, I'm excited. EOS is running my life. Okay, let's fix that. Actually,
Yeah. Burn one. When I was in the underground MC, like me go harder, I'ma start a revolution. People talking shit, but they don't wanna do none. Rappers when I better lyrically execute them. Cool songs, swimming in the beat where I'm too dumb. Name hotter than the sun is over two songs. People saying where the fuck you from? Come and look and I'm stuck like I shot him with a glue gun. White ice cubes, double with some black boots on. Got your girlfriend drinking on some booze on. Send her that they do drunk. You don't wanna get seconds and give us I'm gonna get the fuck up out the food talk. I'm not careful about it, they gonna move on. If I ever wanna register a DuPont, you get the coupe with the roof gun. Trying to stack dope like a cruise sign. Like I feel a new time to gun. Going on stupid perk. Real conversation, super hot beat, you can murk. I'ma treat her like a live mouth bitch when I spit it's like I'm physically abusing her. Like Jesus, I'm told bitch school shooting, you don't wanna shoot the bird until a white rapper cool berserk. Maybe they can study how to execute the bird. And my thing, my cause, I'm losing the verse. Been nobody give a shit about who you were. It's like I moved the earth, I use the word to finally hear. I came back from the future first. And I made it, I'm too sure that these stars align. This year is mine. Doing a lot of clear when you hear me rhyme. Cause I ain't going crazy. So high now I'm nuclear. Out of this world I'm Jupiter. So tubular and I'm smoking crazy. Jupiter. Finally got a little new to burn. Outside the Cadillac curse, but you finally here. I came back from the future first to go crazy. Jupiter, crazy, nuclear, crazy. I'm finally here. I came back from the future first. The DJ go crazy. Yeah. I'm an OG dog when I was in the classroom. I was on the beat. I was getting geeked up. I was going to sleep. Y'all probably going to college. I was all up in the street. Now the music industry is calling me the speaker. Should've never got released. Should've let me got a leash. I'm a veteran in the G. I'ma eat motherfuckers like I'm Hannibal a beast. Hungry for the money, I'm about to have a feast. When I better make a peace, little let them know. Think of weed, then again, it's 770. Sentimental when I'm looking, then I'm in the coat. Looking now, laughing as I can hear me below. Niggas in the foe, diamonds in the gold. Jewelry used to be shorter than a rope. Back then, gold niggas never with a smoke. Niggas see these hoes at the show. Be going crazy. So high now, I'm nuclear. Out of this world, I'm Jupiter. Flow so tubular, and I'm smoking crazy. Jupiter. Finally got a little room to burn. Outside the Cadillac curse, but you finally here. I came back from the future first to go crazy. Tubular, crazy, nuclear, crazy. I'm finally here. I came back from the future first. The DJ go crazy. Yeah. Anybody looking for me, you can find me in the A. Find me in the north. Riding in the Cadillac, I'm making the doors. You can see me in the source. Representing more. He the only reason I even got an opportunity to make some noise. So you know I got his back. Represents American with a 100-shot event. GCGA is a damn campaign. Northside bitch from a Cheeto gang bang. Pop a lot of bars, pop a lot of shards. White boys running around and see this in the court. Dope boys trying to make a living off a job. Jack boys trying to hit a nigga in the bars. You know when I find out what they bitch on the bus. My homie told me spit when I do it, get a rush. So I do it for the love, cause the music in my blood. When I'm in the club, it's a must be going crazy. So high now I'm nuclear. Out of this world I'm Jupiter. Flow so tubular and I'm smoking crazy. Jupiter. Finally got a little room to burn. Outside the Cadillac curse, but you finally here. I came back from the future first to go crazy. Tubular, crazy, nuclear, crazy. I'm finally here. I came back from the future first. The DJ go crazy.
Lazy days when the glazed gaze invades my mind's cave of creativity. I will think of you and what you did to me. I will take negativity and make it inspire me. I was not a book from a library. As I stand here alone, I declare I was not alone. to be picked up and dropped off at a later date. And you barely even made my spine bend. Just skim through some of the interesting bits, then skip to the end. The notes you left in my margins turned from scribbles to scars, but here's the best part. You didn't even realise you were reading the first draft of a bestseller. The manuscript of a future Nobel Prize winner. This book you discarded as a pamphlet will ignite shit. How what 10 times harder than before?
Alright, so that gets a little more character into the figures, framing and the shape entities. So I think I'm going to cut that there though, and just call it a day. And continue there next time we continue. So thank you for watching. That's Adam Sturch broadcasting from the Mushroom Mansion, Taos, New Mexico, working on oil painting electric eel. I'll zoom in on that real quick. Glare is kind of intense. I don't know if you could hear me muttering, but I fucked up right there. I highlighted the wrong side of his face. POS had me bounce into the rhythm, and I just completely misinterpreted an inner highlight from an outer highlight on the middle finger. And then I fixed it by completing her nose area around as though the finger is slightly hovering above it rather than pressed to it. Or at least that's what I'm going to say. It was, deliberate, of course. But no, I completely fucked up right there. But we fixed it, and the highlights are looking a lot smoother on both figures. But that's it. I'm gonna go pet my cat and watch snow melt. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Adam Sturch broadcasting from the Mushroom Mansion, Taos, New Mexico, working on oil painting electric eel.